Hi, it's Naomi with some music for you this afternoon. Now, today I'm going to be playing a fairly short piece that's very meaningful to me, and there's going to be a long introduction to this, so bear with me. Just a heads up. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my history, which leads up to this piece. For starters, today would have been my grandma Esther's 105th birthday. She died in 2012. She was 96, so I knew her for a good chunk of my adult life, and we were very close. So I always think about her during this month, especially on this day. My grandmother was married to Nathan. This was my father's father, and Nathan died before I was born, and that's actually who I'm named after, Naomi Nathan. Now, Nathan's brother was the composer named Sid Robin, born Sidney Rabinowitz. So this would have been my grandmother's brother-in-law. And I come from a very musical family on both sides. A lot of you have asked where I get my sheet music, and like I've said in some other videos, I mainly play by ear. And while I think that anyone could learn to do anything in the arts or with athletics if you put enough work into it, most people can anyway, I do think that talent is somewhat inherited, and I get it on both sides. On my mother's side, my mom is a pianist. She's a classically trained pianist, and her father was a violinist and also played mandolin, so he played strings. And then on the other side, my father, he played guitar and piano by ear. And then I also just mentioned Sid, my great uncle. Now, Sid was actually fairly well known in the big band community. He played with Glenn Miller and with Benny Goodman. He knew all of those guys. And he wrote a really famous hit called Undecided. You have heard it somewhere. I'll sing a little bit of it. First you say you do, and then you don't. Then you say you will, and then you won't. You're undecided now, so what are you gonna do? He wrote the lyrics, and Charlie Shavers wrote the actual melody for that. And this song became a big band standard. It was done by Ella Fitzgerald. I'm gonna be doing a version today that was done by Natalie Cole. I hear it played all the time. And Sid also wrote some pieces for Elvis. He was just very well known in that community at that point in time. Now, I only met Sid twice in my life. He died when I was 11 or 12, and I met him once when I was 4 and again when I was 8, and my family had traveled out to see him in Los Angeles. So I didn't know him that well. I was very young the 2 times that I met him. But during the times when I stayed with him in California, I just had the best time. He had all these animals. I was obsessed with his dog Lollipop. She was some kind of schnauzer or terrier, white and fluffy, and I just loved this dog. He had a couple of cats. He had this other big dog named Derek. We went to all the theme parks in the area. We went out for Chinese food. I learned how to swim underwater in his backyard pool. His family took me out to celebrate my half birthday, which is something that I still celebrate. I'm in my late 40s. I still celebrate my half birthday every summer thanks to him and his family. So even though I didn't know him particularly well, he has a very close part, a very special part in my heart. And I'm very proud of this song, especially since I'm a jazz musician as well. You know, he was a writer. He wrote the lyrics for this. I also have a writing background. I wrote for Soap Opera Digest for many years. And he played either sax or clarinet. I've heard both, but it wouldn't surprise me if he actually played both because many woodwindists do. And I play woodwind, of course. So I've always felt a connection to him. And what's funny is that whenever I go out west, I always end up hearing his song. One time I was flying out for a business trip for Soap Opera Digest to LA, and I was having a little bit of a panic attack on the plane because I'm a nervous flyer. So I put on some jazz music to calm me down, and it was his song playing. My grandmother said afterwards, maybe he was just saying hello. A couple years ago, we went with some friends to Yellowstone National Park, and we were in one of the lodges there, and they were playing some old-timer music, and that song came on the track. So I tend to always hear that song when I'm out west. And even though this wasn't my grandmother's song per se, like I said, this was her brother-in-law. It's something that my family has always been immensely proud of. People went crazy at our wedding when the band played this, that side of the family. So in honor of my grandmother's 105th birthday and my family legacy, here's Undecided by Charlie Shavers and my late great uncle Sid Robin. Enjoy. Okay, that was Undecided, my Uncle Sid song. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.